Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim and this is Expedition 3 Pages, and today I'm playing my TBR game for July. So this is Tales from Two Trails, which I started playing again in June, and I got quite far down in June. We reached all the way to this square here, and yeah, that was really good progress. Each month I decided I was going to roll 6 times, and so last month I rolled for 6 books. And I did say that I was aiming to read 4 of the 6 of them. However, I only managed to finish 2 of them, which is a bit of a shame. So I did manage to read A Prayer for the Crown Shy by Becky Chambers, which I read for my Crafting 3 Pages book club. And we had a really nice discussion about this and did some crafting. Unfortunately, my crafting for this one didn't go very well. I'm hoping that our next meet up is going to go better for me crafting wise, and I think it will, because I've got some brand new pencils that I can use and I'm excited about that. But yeah, this one I did enjoy it and I gave it 4 stars. And then the other book that I managed to read from last month's TBR was The Vanishing Hearth by Britt Bennett. This I absolutely loved. I gave this book 5 stars, which is this my first 5-star of the year? It might be. I really enjoyed this one. I thought this one was excellently written. It was gripping all the way through and I had a lot of fun with this. Obviously some really hard topics and everything, but I felt like the storyline really dragged me through like the whole way, and I really wanted to know what happened. I really enjoyed the writing style, and even though it is difficult topics and hard in that respect, it was still very easy to flip the pages. It was just compelling. I would say this is a very compelling read, and if you haven't read it, highly recommend this one, definitely. It was on my TBR for so long, I can't believe it took me that long to finally get to it. I should definitely read my most anticipated reads quicker. That is the lesson here. Okay, yeah, so these 2 were the ones that I finished from that TBR. The other 4 I didn't get to, unfortunately. And so I decided that what I would do in the case of the books I didn't read is I would take that number of steps backwards on the board. So because I didn't complete 4 of them, then I have to take 4 steps back on the board. I think that's fair. And I have also decided that if I land on a square that has a route down or up, if I'm going backwards because I didn't complete my TBR, then I can't use the arrows down to be in a better position. But if I do land on them and they're going up, then I have to go up. Because, you know, it's supposed to be a punishment, so yeah. Anyway, so that's the new rule I'm going to set myself. I'm not going to beat myself up too much about not getting to all the books. I did actually read, I think it was 7 books in June, and June's not quite over yet, and I've already picked up an 8th book, which is massive for me. That's a massive amount of reading for me to do in 1 month. So I'm happy about my reading. It's just that I didn't read the books that were on the TBR, you know? Before I cut to my rolls for this month, I did want to say as well that I'm also participating in HRCYED 3, which starts on the 7th of July. I was going to start it on my birthday in June, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to start it when the majority of other people are starting it, and I'm going to start it on the official start date. That was a lot of starting. I bought the journal because, sorry, the ring light is showing, but I bought the journal. I couldn't resist. As soon as Q said that she had made a journal, I wanted it straight away. And I treated myself to it because it was my birthday month. So I was like, why not? And yeah, I'm really excited to fill this in. Very excited to fill it in. But anyway, we'll talk more about that later. I think at the end of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin for a couple of the HRCYED prompts on the board just to see what I can focus on in the month of July to get started with it, because I think when you actually look at the board and there are 25 different prompts, it's quite overwhelming. If you don't know what HRCYED is, it stands for the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, and there are 25 different reading prompts on the bingo board, and within those prompts are like a whole bunch of other prompts as well. It's a crazy readathon and it's a lot of fun. I did try it last year, I did fail. You know, what can you do? I'm a slow reader. I still enjoyed trying, even though it only lasted really half the year before I gave up. Q created this. She runs a channel called HRCYED, and I'll link that down in the description. So if you haven't heard of HRCYED, you can then go down and check out the announcement video and find out all about it. Because like I said, it hasn't actually officially started yet anyway, so there's still plenty of time to join in, and it's a whole year's reading challenge. So yeah, excited to do that at the end of this video. I haven't done that yet, so I don't know what they are. But for right now, let's cut to the rolls. Hey guys, I'm so excited to do the first roll. So last month we left off on the fiction space right here, and as I probably have already explained to you, I have to move back 4 spaces because I only finished 2 of my books. So that's sad. So let's move back 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't do this prompt, it's just purely just moving back. If I'd landed on a space with a ladder, I wouldn't be able to go down, but if I landed on one going up, I would have had to have gone up. You know, there's got to be some repercussions for not finishing the TBR. So yeah, okay, perfect. So let's do the first roll and see what we get. 2, so 1, 2, and we have landed on the sword, which is fantasy. Okay, so roll number 1 got me read a fantasy book, and for this I decided to go through the fairy tale fantasy route, and I've actually chosen the current read for the Crafting 3 Pages book club, which is Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. This is actually going to be a reread for me. I very rarely reread, and I'm actually rereading something right now. I'm rereading An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green, and I'm enjoying the reread. I rarely do it, but I really wanted to reread that book for such a long time. And this one, I did read it fairly recently, but I think it is worth another reread because I'm going to be doing the live show discussion and I want to know what I'm talking about, obviously. This is a kind of Snow White retelling, reimagining, and the way that T. Kingfisher has done this is really interesting. There's lots of elements to it that I can't quite remember what's a spoiler and what's not a spoiler at this point, so I'm not going to talk too much about it now. But if you did want to join in with us for the book club, there is time. Our next meetup to discuss the book isn't going to be until the 12th of July at 8 PM BST, so that's on a Sunday. So if you wanted to join us, there's still a couple of weeks to get this read. And then in the live show we have a discussion about the book, but at the end of the discussion I set a timer and we take about 45 minutes to sit and do some crafting, and we craft something based on what we've read in the book. And it's been a lot of fun so far. We've only had 2. We basically did the whole duology of the Monk and Robot series by Becky Chambers, and it was really fun. I'm excited to try something new and be in a different world though and see what everybody creates. Okay, let's go for roll number 2. It's a bit harder to roll down here because it's a lot of steps. So maybe I should move it down a little bit and roll up here. Ooh, I knocked it over. 1! Oh man. That was not great. Okay, so NA must be North America, I would have thought. Yep, author from North America. And we have landed on the little cup as well. And I was debating whether or not I should do this. I do have a key, which I'll show you. It's just up here. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do these key prompts, but I may as well. So this little cup means to make a drink inspired one of the books that I read for the game. So that should be fun. I've done that in the past and I really enjoyed it, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what I come up with. Okay, for the second roll, I got read a book by an author from North America. So this could be any country from North America, obviously. I generally wouldn't want to go with America for this just because I already read books by American authors so much. However, I do have a book club book that I wanted to get on here. I'm reading it for my friends and family book club. It couldn't fit any other slot, so I've decided to use it for this one. What we are reading is Love by Toni Morrison. So I don't actually know much about this book. I read the back and it basically implies that, or it basically says that it's following 5 different women, maybe 6 different women who are all obsessed with one man called Bill Cozy, and they all have different relationships to him, like he's their husband, lover, father, guardian, etc. And it's about their relationship with him. So yeah, that's basically what it's about. It's about love in all its different forms, I guess. So I'm excited to get to this one and discuss it with my friends in the book club. Yeah, it should be good. So I'm doing myself a favour here really, because so far I've picked 2 book club books which have to be read by the same weekend. So that's at least 2 checked off the list, pretty much for certain. Okay, let's go for roll number 3. 2 again. So 1, 2. And this is new to you. This is a YouTube prompt. It basically means pick a book from a YouTuber that I'm not subscribed to, so that I have no idea who they are, so I'm gonna have to go and search for someone and then find a book from them. So that's quite fun. I like that one. Okay, so prompt number 3 got me read a book that you heard about from a booktuber you haven't heard before, is essentially what the prompt is. So I did some digging today. I spent a while Googling the booktube newbie tag, and then I kind of went through that a little bit, and then I also checked out, because everybody's recently put out their mid-month book freakout tag videos as well. People have started putting them out now because it's June. So what I ended up doing was writing that tag in the search bar and then clicking most recent videos, and then just seeing what comes up. So I obviously had to scroll past all the people that I already knew. And then I did end up stumbling across a woman that I had never seen before, who I feel like her videos I'm gonna like, and I liked some of the books that she spoke about as well. So yeah, I found Rochelle. So Rochelle's channel is called Good Morning Dreamer. I'll put up an image up here so you can see. And when I was flicking through her videos, it looks like that she seems to do like a lot of challenges. She's got bingo games on the go that she's following along with. She also says she has her own TBR game, but I haven't watched one of those videos yet because I wanted to film this video, but I'm looking forward to trying that out. So yeah, I really enjoyed what I saw of her videos, and I have subscribed, so I will link her channel down in the description if you wanted to go and check her out as well. It sounds like the type of videos that I like with games and things like that, so you guys might like it too. But yeah, I watched one of her videos which was called I'm Tackling the Broad Reader Bingo Board, and here's my, what's the rest of the thing? It doesn't tell me the rest of the title. Anyway, it was her TBR for the Broad Readers Bingo Board. Yeah, so she hadn't read any of the books yet, but I watched that and I really enjoyed it. And one of the books that she's planning on reading for that is The Colour Purple by Alice Walker. And yeah, I've been really wanting to read this book for a really long time, and I've keep checking it out at the library and then not getting to it, and then suspending my hold and then unsuspending my hold and then getting it and then not getting to the book, and it keeps going back and forth like that. So yeah, I really want to just read this one. To be honest, I can't really tell you anything about The Colour Purple. It's just one of those books that I know is a classic, I know loads of people love, and I just really want to read it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching more of Rochelle's videos, and I'm pleased that I found her channel. Okay, maybe I should roll. I don't know how to roll without it getting stuck. 2 again. We are moving at snail's pace this time. Oh my gosh, we literally started here and now we're moving 2. So 1, 2. Oh, okay, this is a good one. This is supposed to be a telescope. I don't know if you can see. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, this means read a STEM book. So STEM is science, technology, engineering and mathematics. So I do have a whole load of popular science books that I should probably get to because they just sit festering on my shelves. But I could read fiction for this as well, as long as it has like a STEM theme in one way or another. But yeah, that's exciting. Okay, so prompt number 4 gave me read a STEM book, and so I decided to go down the physics route because I have a whole load of books to do with physics topics that I haven't got to yet on my shelves. And I've tried to do myself a bit of a favour here, and I've picked a tiny one. I've picked White Holes by Carlo Rovelli. This is all about white holes, which I know has something to do with black holes, but I can't tell you any more than that. There is a tiny bit of information on the back. It says, "This is the story of an ongoing adventure. We will get to the edge of the horizon, we will enter it, we will go to the very bottom, we will cross it and break through to emerge in a white hole on the other side." That sounds really exciting. I love astronomy, I love learning about galaxies and the stars in the universe, and this is a subject in that field that I really have no idea about, so I'm excited to get to this one. Finally, this has also been on my shelves for a really long time. Okay, I'm gonna really shake this for roll number, what number are we on? Roll number 5. Come on for a high number. 6, yes, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, what's this one? Was that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, lots of people. Let me just check what the prompt means. Okay, this is read a book based on what someone else has read in our Discord community. Originally, this was meant to be obviously for the game. We played this game and we had the Discord. So I am just going to use my Discord, and I'm going to have a look and see what everybody's read this month for TBR Trek, which is not this game. And I'm going to pick one of those books. Okay, so prompt number 5 sent me to my Discord community, and I basically had a look through what people have been reading lately. I was going to do it for this month's game, but we've only just started, so people haven't really been talking about what they're reading much. And from the books that I saw in the chat, there was a lot of, "Oh, I've read this, I'm going to read this," and someone saying, "That's really disturbing," or "I read this and it really confused me, I don't know if I like it or not." And I was like, okay, okay, I'm going to go further back in time to last month to find a book to read. I decided to read what Ashley was reading in the last game, which was Babel by R.F. Kuang. And yeah, I'm already partway through this, and I know last month in my TBR game video I said that I wasn't going to let myself use books I'd already started. I've changed that rule. That was silly of me to restrict myself like that, I think. So I'm going back to letting myself do that, and I'm not like massive relatively far through it, but what I'm getting scared about is if I leave it too much longer, I'm going to start forgetting what's actually happened. This is a very kind of academic, heavy, complex world, which I do feel like is such a feat of a book that R.F. Kuang has written. Like, I'm very, very impressed, but I am finding it kind of challenging to read, and I just really want to just get through it and finish it at this point. Ashley, who was reading this book last month, she also has her own YouTube channel. It's called HRCYED, and so I will link that. I'm pointing up here because I'm going to put a picture, but I will link it down in the description for you to go and check out Ashley's channel as well. So yeah, thank you, Ashley, for pushing me to finish Babel, hopefully. Okay, so finally we're on to roll number 6. Oh, okay, we don't want this because this is going to take us right back up here. Although this one I'm pretty sure is word of the day, and I do enjoy that prompt. Okay, so we don't want a 3. Anything else we want. I don't mind crossing over the bridge to this one, although fail as a prompt that says fail. I'm worried about what that means because I can't remember, and I'm not sure why it says fail. So yeah. Oh, is that 6 again? I think that's 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and I think this is romantasy. Okay, and finally I got romantasy, which doesn't spark me with too much enthusiasm, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm open to it, I'm open to it. What I should do is put on A Court of Mist and Fury that I put on last month because I didn't finish that. But I don't know if I'm in the mood for it, I don't know. And I saw this one on my shelves and I thought, okay, maybe I'm gonna give this a go again. I did start it once before and I wasn't in the mood for it, but I could be in the mood for it now, we'll see. It is Gilded by Marissa Meyer, and from what I remember from the little bit I read before, was it's kind of like Rumpelstiltskin-y, fairy tale retelling-esque. And yeah, I'm interested to see what I think of it. I don't know if this is going to be one that I'm going to DNF, or if this is one that I'm going to actually enjoy upon reading it a second time. Because yeah, I wasn't having a huge amount of fun with it before. I was kind of a little bit bored, I think. So we'll see how this goes. It is quite thick, so if I'm not enjoying it, like, you know, then I should DNF it. I'm not good at DNFing, but if I'm not enjoying it, I should DNF it. But I do love Marissa Meyer. I loved her Lunar Chronicles series, absolutely loved that. So maybe it was just a case of wrong book, wrong time last time, you know? So yeah, we'll see. But that is going to be my romantasy pick. I'm classing this as a romantasy because it does say on the back, love wasn't meant to be part of the bargain. So that's enough for me to call it a romantasy, the fact that love is written about on the back cover. It's romantasy. I don't know if it officially is, but it is to me. Okay, so that was a lot of fun playing the TBR game. I enjoyed that, and I have hopes that I'm gonna read the books in July. I have good hopes about that. Of course, this is before I find out what HRCYED prompts I'm gonna be focusing on. So let's do that now, and I'll try and work out if any of these books will fit, but we'll see. I might make a separate video where I'm actually going through the HRCYED prompts and trying to work out what I'm going to read for them or get ideas and stuff like that, so we'll see how it goes. But first I need to find out what 2 prompts I'm going to be focusing on. I've made a spinner wheel and I'm going to try and screen record. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so hopefully it does. I'm going to kind of show you here as well, just in case it doesn't work, but I will put it up here. And let's spin. What's it gonna be? Oh, titular counting. Okay, okay. Where is my trusty handbook? It is here. So this basically means, oh, this is not the prompt I thought it was. I thought this was the one that was going to be like numbers in the title, but it's not that. Titular counting is read books with different amounts of words in the title from 1 to 10. So this is like a 10-book prompt, which is a lot of books, and that actually gives me like loads of freedom. I feel like this prompt is obviously easier for the shorter number of words in the title than it is for the higher number of words in the title. So I suppose for July I should try and find books with really long titles to try and fulfill those ones up first, because obviously as the readathon goes on it's going to get easier to fill with like lesser words. From what I've picked this time around, obviously I picked the colour purple as well, which is only 3 words, sorry. Love, White Holes, Hemlock and Silver, Babel, Gilded. I've not really done myself any favours here with this prompt, so I'm going to have a think about 10 and 9 and 8 word titles, I think, and see if I can pick up any of those for the month of July and try and tick those off. That's a good one. I'll think about that. If anyone has any like suggestions or recommendations for titles like that long, because I can't think of any on my shelves that are that long. Okay, so right, let's bring this back and we'll pick the next prompt that I'm going to focus on. And what's it going to be? Oh, Shiratori. Let me find out what Shiratori is. This is one that where the words have to link together, I think. Shiratori is first read a book, then take the last letter of the title and read a book that starts with that letter. Or you may use the entire last word in the title, but your next read must start with that word. That is way harder. That is way harder. I feel like I'm not going to do word to word because that's going to be so much harder. Okay, I need to think about that. I'm going to go away, I'm going to think about it, and I'm going to make a video talking about what I thought about. But yeah, those are going to be the two prompts that I'm starting with thinking about for this. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I've got a lot of work to do, basically. Great, so that is everything for this video. I would love to know if you are doing HRCYED, and if you are you starting on the 7th of July? Have you decided what you're going to start with, etc.? Yeah, let me know your plans, and later on this week I'll try and record a video where I'm talking about my plans for the 2 prompts that I pulled. So yeah, that is everything for this video. I'm very excited for my stack of books from the game. I'm sad they can't really help me with either of those prompts, to be honest. I'm not going to find 2 books called Babel, am I? Why did I pick so many one-word titles? Crazy. Okay, I'm going to stop blabbering on now. My head is in the prompts for HRCYED now, trying to work it out in the back of my head rather than actually talking to the camera. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are good and I will speak to you soon. See you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.